Three different storm systems are bringing heavy rain to different portions of the country: Texas, the Midwest, and the West Coast. Flash flooding is a particular concern in Corpus Christi and Houston, where rain is falling on already saturated soils. At least 3 people, including a child, have been killed after a catastrophic and historic flooding event unfolded across portions of 4 states over the weekend as a powerful storm system produced several threats across the eastern half of the U.S. Video and photos from the border town showed cars stuck in the high floodwaters and staff scrambling to help patients at a local medical center, where rain had made its way in. According to information provided by the Kentucky Department of Fish and Wildlife, a vehicle with 2 people inside was swept off a roadway due to floodwaters on Saturday night. For safety reasons, visitation of patients has been temporarily suspended. Following the heavy rainfall, a flash flood emergency was issued along the Interstate 2 corridor from McAllen to Mercedes, where standing water that was measured in feet was reported.
That one looks like a softball. I think we're out here for a while.
One of the victims, who has only been identified as a 7-year-old child, was recovered and pronounced dead by the coroner. The second victim has yet to be located, and a search was underway to locate them. No other information was immediately available.
Oh, these guys are crazy.
Moisture from the Gulf is interacting with an upper-level disturbance moving in from northern Mexico, focusing heavy rain over Texas, particularly south of the Interstate 10 corridor. Texas Governor Greg Abbott directed the Texas Division of Emergency Management to activate state emergency response resources ahead of increased threats of severe weather and flash flooding in large areas of the state through the weekend.
Locust Avenue, Grandmother Campus Apartment.
The third death occurred in Clay County, Kentucky, where the coroner's office said a 73-year-old man was reportedly knocked off his feet by rushing floodwaters and was killed. Countless roads have been declared impassable in western and northern Tennessee, southern Kentucky, and near the West Virginia-Virginia border, where rainfall reports climbed to over 5 to 8 inches during the first half of the weekend, with more rain still to come. Texas is prepared to deploy all resources needed to support local communities in South and Southeast Texas as they prepare to respond to severe weather and flash flooding, Abbott said.
நீலாய் கீழே இறங்கணும்
We need all Kentuckians to remain alert, Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear said in a post on X. There are more than 300 road closures, with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet leaders saying the statewide impact is historic.
Ikan-ikan ni ke tengah ke kelah ke ada ni nampak dua sampai ke bawah.
I directed the Texas Division of Emergency Management to activate rescue boats, hoist capable helicopters, search and rescue teams, and other resources to help local emergency officials respond to heavy rainfall and flash flooding. Beshear said that, between reports of mudslides in the eastern portion of the state and snow impacting the western part of the state, the situation remains extremely dangerous.
I don't know. So whoever you're talking to, so you have to use less words.
Some forecast models indicate an additional 3 to 5 inches of rain could fall by Saturday, prompting NOAA's Weather Prediction Center to issue a level 3 out of 4 risk for flash flooding across South Texas. Please plan ahead, avoid travel, and stay safe. Kentucky, Beshear concluded. The threats had been significant enough before the storm that precautionary evacuations were ordered along some rivers and streams in the Tennessee Valley, and shelters were forced to open. And yes, this is going to be beneficial rain. But because we have a pretty significant drought going on in this part of the country, when you mix this much rain at a time with a pretty extreme drought, you can end up in a situation where flooding gets really bad in a hurry, the weather meteorologist Ari Sarsalari said. A nursing home in Red Boiling Springs, Tennessee, near the state border with Kentucky, was evacuated out of an abundance of caution, and water rescues were ongoing around the Hurley, Virginia area. By Friday and into the weekend, forecast models show increasing uncertainty in how the weather pattern will evolve. A stronger storm system may begin to take shape across the western U.S. before moving into the plains. If this occurs, it could bring a more widespread severe weather threat, but details remain uncertain at this time. The severe weather, and was the only weather-related fatality in the county despite widespread flooding. In Corbin, Kentucky, floodwaters carried a truck off a road and into nearby ditch, according to a storm report from the area's National Weather Service office. Many parts of the region, including areas around Austin and San Antonio, have experienced a significant lack of rainfall since last year, resulting in drought conditions that range from unusually dry to exceptional.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
NOAA's Weather Prediction Center issued its most dire level 4 flash flood threat rating of extreme 4 parts of northwestern Tennessee and southwestern Kentucky, but it was communities along the West Virginia border that appeared to be the hardest hit by the flooding. Corpus Christi last reported a precipitation deficit of about 2.75 inches, while San Antonio was closer to 4 inches. Due to the dry conditions, the ground may not be able to absorb the rainfall quickly enough, which could lead to dangerous flash flooding.
车的位置完了。
Several rare flash flood emergencies were issued by the NWS office in Charleston, West Virginia, for communities around the border region as rain fell on already saturated grounds, causing streams and rivers to quickly flood. Catastrophic flooding was reported to be ongoing Saturday in communities such as Hurley and Grundy, Virginia, where roadways simply turned into streams and became dangerous. Keep in mind when you have a drought, that ground is like concrete, and it's not going to absorb as much as we need, Sarsalari said. But it's a good thing in the long run. We're at least starting to chip away at it. Several rock slides were reported, and Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin said he's deployed the National Guard, among other first responders, to the area. In areas that do flood, just a few inches of rushing water can knock a person off their feet and sweep a vehicle away. In 2003, a Texas forecaster developed the Turnaround, Don't Drown slogan after witnessing people venturing through the water of unknown depths in inland communities such as Austin and San Antonio. The alternator. Heavy downpours have resulted in severe flooding in Grenada. Flooding has been reported in several areas, including River Road, Westerhall, Woodlands, and in the vicinity of the National Stadium.
Do you want to go through 10?
According to the NWS, flash flooding is one of the deadliest weather-related killers in the U.S. every year, with about 100 fatalities that are tied to sudden flooding events. Warning lessens, but extends to 5 a.m. Sunday. Parts of Middle Tennessee, particularly to the west, experienced flash flooding Saturday. By nightfall, the National Weather Service extended the flash flood warning for Dixon, Waverly, and White Bluff until 11:45 p.m. and for Clarksville, Dover, and Tennessee Ridge through midnight. The Rio Grande Valley was left soaked Thursday after severe thunderstorms brought record rainfall, flooding, some reports of damages, and promise of continued inclement weather well into Friday. Holly Kamba, meteorologist for the National Weather Service Brownsville/Rio Grande Valley, said the cities of McAllen, Harlingen, and Brownsville saw rainfall that exceeded previous records that in 2 cases go back more than a century. Videos online showed vehicles being washed away by strong floodwaters along River Road, while students were seen climbing on top chairs at the flooded T.A. Mary Show Community College. McAllen recorded 4.96 inches of rain, breaking its previous record set in 1999. But Brownsville's 5.3 inches collected Thursday topped the record going back to 1911. and the 3.72 inches of rain in Harlingen broke that city's 102-year-old record set in 1923. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay informed about the latest developments.